Hello everybody, so today I will show the answer key of ASVAB trial exam number 5. So question 6, 48% of what number is 60? So you can notice the question they ask about the number, and the question they ask 48% multiply with this number and they create 60%. So you go about 48%, and we have S and we have 60. So to find the S in here, you just divide both sides with 48%. So you can go about the number in here. And let's do about division of 60 divided by 48. We have 48 and we go about 60 because we can see that okay, we have 48 and we go about 1 and we go about 48 here and we go about 12 because 12 is below than 48. We need to put the one decimal and we go about another 0, and we have multiply with number 2 because number 2 is the highest number, and we go about 96 because 0 below than 6, so that we borrow one number in here, so we have a -1, so we have 10 minus 6 is about 4. Choose -9, borrow another one number, and we have the 12 minus 9 is about 3 minus 1 is about 2, and we go about 24. We borrow another 0. 240 is about 5, so we have 5 here because 48 multiplied with 5 is about 240, so we got 0, and in here we go about 125, but we have the percentage in here. However, if we divide to 1 over the 100, because the 1 over 100 is about the percentage in here, they will become 100. So that we go about 125 multiply with 100. So you go about 125. And this is the answer for question 6. Is about the question number 7. What is the reciprocal of 3 over 5 multiplied with 2 and 4 over 3? In here we have about the mixed fraction. So to do about the reciprocal of this one, you need to transform the mixed fraction into the improper fraction. So we have 2 and 4 over 3, and we do about improper fraction right now. We have keep number 3 in denominator, and then we have number 3. We multiply with number 2 plus 4 because the formula of the improper fraction is about like this. C multiply with A and plus B in the numerator. We keep the C is same the number, just like 3 with 3, and later that we have 3 multiplied with 2 in here, and plus 4. So we have 3 multiplied with 2 is about 6 plus 4. 6 plus 4 is about 10. Divide by 3. So we have 3 over 5 multiplied with 10 over 3. In here we put about 3 multiplied with 10 and 5 multiplied with 3. In this one, you can see that we can simplify with number 3 in the numerator and denominator. So we eliminate. We got about 10 over 5. We know that 10 divided by 5 is about 2. The question they ask, what is the reciprocal of 2? So we know that number 2 is about 2 divided by 1. If we have reciprocal, we will flip two numbers together. Because 2 divided by 1 is still the number 2, and we have flipped 1 and 2, and the answer for the question is about C. Question 8. A person deposits 14,000 in the bank with the interest rate of 5% per year. What are the simple interest after 3 years? So the question they have about the simple interest. And we know that the formula of the simple interest is about capital I equal to P or T. P is about the principal, R is about the interest rate, and T is about the time. So about the capital P, we have about 14,000. R is about 5%. And T is about 3. So we just multiply all 3 numbers together, and we got about 14,000 multiplied with 5. We got 0. 5 multiplied with 4 is about 0, and we have 2. 5 multiplied 1 is still the 5, and we plus number 2 in here, so we got about 17,000. But we have the percentage in here, so that we put the decimal in here because the percentage represents about 1 over 100. That's why we eliminate 0 in here. So you got about 700, and we multiply with number 3. 7 multiplied with 3 is about 2,100. But the question they asked about the simple interest only, so you got about 8. Question number 9. A person lives in a square room and the perimeter is 80 feet. Now he moves the new room, which is double in the area compared with the previous room. What is the area of the new room? So in here, we know the room is about the square, and we have perimeter in here is about 80 feet. We know that the square, we have 4 sides, both of them they have the same, and perimeter of the square is about 4, 8. In here we have 80 feet, so we input P in here. So we calculate the A in here. A will become 80 divided by 4. That's about 20 feet. The question they asked about what is the area of the new room, but on this one they say that the new room which is double in the area compared with the previous room. It means that we multiply the square equal to a power 2. So that's 20 power 2 because a multiply with a is about a power 2, and we got about 400 square feet. But the new room is double in the area. That's the question dimension. And we just use about 400 in here. We just multiply with 2. And we got about 800 square feet. The answer for the question is about the question 10. A flight can travel 350 miles per hour. The distance between New York City and Miami is 1100 miles. The flight departs at 11 a.m. What time of arriving at Miami? Suppose that both locations are the same time zone, so that you just calculate the time to travel from the New York City to Miami. So to do this question, we have the velocity, we have the distance divided by 10. Now the question let's just provide the velocity, that's about 350 miles per hour, and the distance is about New York City and Miami, that's about 1100. So we need to find the time in here. To find the time, we have the distance divided to velocity. If we just change velocity and the time together in here. That's why you got about time the change to velocity, and velocity move to the location of time. So now we have the distance is about 1100 divided by 350. So let's do about the division in here. We have 350, and we know that we can multiply only 3, and we got about 1050, and we minus together, we got about 50 in here, because 50 below than 350, and we had a decimal number in here, and we borrow another 0. This will about 1, and we have 350, and we got about 150, and we borrow another 0, so we got about something like 8, 5, let's say 4. 350 multiplied with 4 is about 1,400. So we have 100, and they just keep going up again and again. So we have that after we travel from New York City to Miami, you need to consume more than 3.14 hours. So we just do about approximately 0.140. We multiply with 60 because we want to calculate the minute. And you know that when you do about 0.140 multiplied with 60, it approximately about 9 minutes. Why I got the number 9? Because on the answer key, they just provide about number 9. So that when you multiply together, that's about 9 minutes. Now we have 11 a.m. We have 11 a.m. in here. We put about hour and a minute in the small table. we have 11, 0 and 0. Now we just sum about 3.14 in this table, and you can find the time arrival, and this is about 9. We have 9, 11 plus 3 is about 14. Because we are still in the AM, if you want to transform from AM to PM, you need to have the total hour in here higher than 12, so that you can transform them from AM to PM or from PM to AM. So 14 minus 12 is about 2, and we keep the number 9, so that we got 2:09 PM. And the answer for the question is about 8. Question 11. A truck rides in 40 miles per hour within 3 hours. Every 20 miles, the truck consumes 5 gallons of gasoline. How many quarts does the truck consumes? In here, we have 40 miles per hour. That's about velocity. And this is about the time, 3 hours. And every 20 miles, the truck consumes 5 gallons. So after we analyze that, they ask about to find the distance. After finding the distance, we find the total gallon consumption. Then we transform gallon to about a quarts in here. So we have step by step. First, we find about the distance. Distance is about velocity multiplied with the time. So we got about 40 multiplied with 3 is about 120 miles. Next one, every 20 miles, the truck consumes 5 gallons. So that we have 20 miles. Just consume 5 gallons. But the total distance is about 120 miles. And we ask how many gallons in here. So the step number 2, they ask about ratio. In here, we have 120 miles. We multiply in here, and 20. We multiply with the s, so that we have the multiplication on the cross area. So we have 120. We multiply with number 5, and we have 20. We multiply with the s in here. The s is mean the total gallon consumption. So to find the s, we have 120 multiply with number 5 and divide by 20, because we divide both sides with the 20, so that we have 120 multiplied with 5 divide by 20. 120 multiplied with 5 is about 600, and we have 20. 600 divided by 20 is about 30 gallons. This is the step number 2. Step number 3. We know that 1 gallon is about 4 quarts. So the question asks about the quarts. You use about 30 multiply with number 4, and you go about 120 quarts. And that's why we got the answer for the question is about C.